iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz.
Well, I think it's an honor because I think anyone who has seen Six knows that it's completely iconic. It is a show that I feel like everyone loves. It brings so much joy. So it's like quite an honor to be able to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, it feels super exciting. I mean, to know that like we are part of the second year of the history of herstory is really exciting, and just like the woman empowerment, like there's nothing like that experience, I would say. I don't know, I feel empowered every day. Just looking out at all the little girls in the show, or just to know the queens we came behind us. So yeah, it's exciting.
When I found out that I booked Six, it was very special because I was with my mom at the time, and I've never gotten to share anything like that with her before, like where she is actually in the room with me screaming and jumping up and down. Being a part of Six is very exciting because, again, it's very well loved, and I really feel like it's a show that inspires a lot of young women, something that I've always strived to do.
Yeah, so actually my audition process was really crazy. So I worked with Holly Conway and Alyssa Cohn-Burton before, and they always talked about Six. And I literally was like, I don't know what that is, and everybody can shut up talking about that show. I could care less. And then finally, I got an audition for the show and became obsessed. And I found out while I was at work at my last show. So my cast all kind of came around me and cheered for me, which was super exciting. And it's been life-changing being a part of this community. It's been, every day I feel like I'm being built up to be a better human because of this show and the meaning of it and the women I get to work with.
Well, honestly, I feel like when that curtain opens and we go out there and you see these excited faces or you hear the screams, like, how can you not be energized? Like, how can you not be excited? You know, sometimes we even see people out in the audience dressed up as our characters.
That happens to me and you a lot.
Especially the two of us, or people mouthing words. It's just, I know that there are people out in the audience who love the show. Maybe this was a Christmas present or a birthday present or their first show or their last show. It's a special night for someone out there, and that energy is just contagious.
Yeah, the best part for me is to talk about like the coming out. The first word we should say in the show is live. It's the first word we sing, and something like actually happens to my insides every time we sing it. No, like it's incredible. I will say hands down, nobody is singing better than the six of us on that stage on Broadway. I will say it. No one sounds like that. We sound incredible, and especially when we say that first live, I get full body chills.
We are fused together.
It's incredible.
Strong.
Yeah,
I feel it too. I mean, even the way the music works, the lights go,
it's
just out of this world.
It's outrageous. It is a concert. And then I think the energy from saying that word live like automatically instantly puts me on.
Yes.
So then once we're there, I don't know, I get even more pumped. And I think the cool thing about Six is like every queen gets their moment, right?
Yeah.
So Aragon goes before me. So I'm excited for Aragon, and then I go, so I'm like energized. And then Seymour goes, and now I'm even more pumped. Then Cleese, like it just keeps topping itself every time. That the energy never leaves you until it's over.
That's
and
true.
you're like, dang.
It's such a well-written show that really the journey, it really is, it makes a lot of sense. You're absolutely right. It keeps topping. But I feel like the cool thing about this show is that while the show keeps getting more and more exciting, like you never see just one standout girl and you're like, that's the star of the show. The point of the show is to say, look at these amazing women together and what they can create together.
Yeah, and you can do it too. So I get to wear braids on stage, and I get to represent a darker complexion of Black women on the stage. And I never realized, I knew it was important when I got the job, but as the time has come along, like the amount of lives I think I've changed because of that, or the amount of people or the visibility that gets to see us like that. It makes me emotional, actually.
I have to just say,
it's crazy.
Not to interrupt, but it's amazing to watch girls in the audience who have braids like Leandra and watching them light up when they see her.
No, it's
and
wild.
There you go. That's a life-changing experience right there. Just to see someone in a show where we are powerful, beautiful women.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think that's a very powerful statement.
Yeah, and to be women, I think like to know that we represent all kind of women, like that is extremely important. I think also too, as far as just like the show stands so much on not only being a woman as an individual, but what women can do together.
Which is something that I feel like a lot of times we are not given that opportunity to do. I feel like a lot of times women are pitted against each other. And it's like, look how strong we are when you put us all together.
Exactly.
I feel like we have memorable fan interactions all the time.
Yeah, I think it's true. I think me and Zoe are lucky because most people come dressed as us. So at most shows, we go out there and there's a little Bolin or a little Howard. I think the really cool thing for me is the drawings.
Yes.
The fan art.
Fan art.
It's like, to see people reimagine you is really weird. Sometimes you look a little crazy, but you're like, if that brings you joy and if that's how you view me, then I'm excited to see it, you know? So that's like really exciting. I think a fun thing about the Queendom too, they are a little scary because they mean it. You know what I mean? Like, they mean it. We are super fans.
Yes.
And so I get a little nervous sometimes when, like, there's a camera out there, somebody's watching.
That is the thing about Six, is I feel like without a doubt, there is always going to be someone recording the show.
Yeah.
Every day you always see a camera out there. I mean, it makes sense. It's an awesome show, but it's a lot of pressure sometimes.
No, it's a lot of pressure. But then at the end, even on days where I feel like we have a bad show, they're on their feet and they're so excited, and the stage door is crazy, and like, nothing beats that feeling.
No.
And nothing beats these fans.
No, and I will say I've noticed a specific tone with this show's fandom, because I feel like every show's fandom is a little different. The Six Queendom is all about accepting everyone.
Exactly.
And everyone's different versions. I mean, there are so many different versions of this show, and what I love about them is that they love embracing every single version, and I don't think that always happens.
That's true.
So I love that, and it means so much to me and to us when we receive like drawings or like little things, because it's like, wow, like you really are like, in a way, it almost feels like our art is inspiring them to express themselves in some sort of art form, and then to get to share that with me, I'm touched every single time. I have every single drawing in my dressing room hung up because it's just so special to me.
It's extremely sweet.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz.